putting me on the
Started
spot.
on OBS.
I have
That
nerves.
should mean I should start on YouTube. YouTube's looking like it's up right now. I think we are.
Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Hey, look, guys, I'm the center of attention on the stream. That means
Shut
I
the
intro.
fuck up.
Hey,
Hello,
Hey,
welcome
guys.
to the NAALP podcast, the one and only podcast on the internet. I'm your host, one of the 6 Scottsboro boys, CNR Studios. Joined as always by my lovely co-host.
Hogsboro.
It's not just a podcast. It's a warning.
Shut
Hey, I'm
up!
Jake from Green Dick Studios.
Okay, who else is
Yeah.
I said I was gonna do that.
I'm Super AIDS. I'm not doing a stupid intro.
Okay, Andrew, you go.
Did I do that?
Let's go! And we have special guest Flannel shirt guy on.
I have 2 weeks left to live.
Hey! I mean, no.
What?
Hi, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be part of this.
Like you shouldn't be.
I'm
That's
so.
the first time anyone's ever
I'm
said
so okay. Well, I'll see you then.
You have a good day.
You've changed my mind. Congratulations.
You're
See,
making me
Jake
sad.
is very persuasive, like gravy and.
Silver tongued devil, that man.
Yes. Okay, so, Flannel Shirt Guy, I'm gonna do some questions here, interview you, talk about your channel a little bit. Go on.
No, continue, please.
Okay, so, what really got you started on, just making Lego Batman animations in general? What really was that inspiration?
So, I'll go ahead and get out of the way the cliche thing. When I was a kid, I watched Forest Fire 101's animations, and I just really thought, wow, I want to use the same jokes he does. But in general, it was really, I mean, I had an abundance of Legos. Sorry, Lego. Oh, God, they're going to kill me. I had an abundance of Lego, plural, as a child, as did my brother. And it was just, I mean, they were everywhere. We were stepping on them. We had so many. And I remember when I was like 11, some of you older folks in the old homes might remember this. Lego themselves did like a stop motion contest to see, and what was the name of the dude? It was like E-Animation made this, I'm looking it up right now, made this Star Wars stop motion called like The Average Day
in the Death Star?
A Day in the Death Star, yeah. And I remember
That's a great fucking video.
yeah, the classic. And I remember seeing that and just being like, oh my gosh, you can do that? Like, I mean, I watched stop motion growing up. I watched Rudolph and I watched like Wallace and Gromit and stuff, and I loved it. Yeah, and love that kind of
I'm
stuff.
English. I'm allowed to love that.
Yeah, 100%. And it's anything from Aardman was solid. I watched A Town Called Panic as well, and all that. And I watched Robot Chicken late at night when my mom was in bed and didn't know. But I saw that video, and my brother and I for years. I was 11, and my brother and I for years talked about like, we got to do that. We got to do something like that. We have so much of this shit, and but we never did because we never really had the resources. But like camera and tripod and lights and stuff like that, and so finally, after years of begging, when I was 12 or 13, I got this awful camcorder. It wasn't awful; it was amazing. It was my first camcorder. I loved it, but comparative to the DSLR that I use now, it was primitive, but it got the job done. And I made so many animations that were just shit, and I so deeply regret deleting them because I wish I had them. But to me, my brother had a lot of Star Wars Lego, but I had a lot of Batman Lego, like the 2006 Batman sets, and then I just thought, I see lots of people doing Batman stuff. I kind of like this formula. I'm just gonna hop in on that. And in 2010, when I was 13, I started my YouTube channel for absolute complete fun, and went through high school and kind of pitter pattered with it here and there. But it wasn't until I was like in 8th grade where I realized like this is also catering to my love of movies, because I'm technically making something, and I really appreciated it for that. And yeah, it's always been just like a fun nostalgia trip for me. I never really gave a shit what anybody else thought of it because a lot of those videos are rough. But for me, it was always like listening, not even just, it was just listening to my voice change, but also just listening to like my sense of humor evolve. My ability to write comedy was evolving. And it's how I got my start in what I do. And now I have a bachelor's degree in cinema and theater.
Fucking
And
awesome.
I actually just got off a film set today. I was on it since 7 a.m. I'm gonna put a gun in my mouth. Like, it was brutal, but it's what I love to do, and this YouTube channel was the start of that. And I'm gonna keep doing it as long as I can. I have no plans to stop in the future. I'm sure that I will take extended breaks. Like after this Halloween video, I'm taking a break for a while, but yeah, I like to revisit, especially with the stuff I know now after getting out of college and learning all that horrible shit.
Yeah, right. So I guess the college kind of explains that, what was it, 4-year gap in your uploads?
Not quite actually. Well, most of it. It was really rough girlfriends, getting into music because I'm a musician as well, and moving here and there. Like I moved when I was like 19, and lived on my own for a while, and I was just scum, dude. And I loved it. I was just partying until like 4 a.m., going to work at like 7, doing other stuff, and then just going back home and partying again. Dude, I'm talking like getting thrown out of bars because I was underage and thinking I was such a badass when I was just getting the shit stopped out of me. And it was fun, but I kind of lost.
Fuck.
I kind of lost like my sense of direction. And if this YouTube thing did anything, it preserved my even though I curse and I make cum jokes and oh, sorry, is that I don't know if that's a bad word.
We
Everything,
don't care.
everything goes. Really.
Okay, cool. I like making like crass humor and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, I don't joke about some stuff. I don't joke about like race or like sexual orientation or anything like that. But like making dick jokes and poop jokes and stuff. This YouTube channel has really preserved my imagination and sense of like childlike wonder when it comes to what I want to do with my life, because ultimately I'm playing with a children's toy. And
Yeah.
I could call it filmmaking all I want, but it is my ability to still be a kid. And various points in my life that have been really dark were also points where I wasn't doing anything with that channel. So yeah, that really was my 4-year gap. It was my junior year of college when I revisited it with Lego Batman Returns, because I was just sick of having all this junk and not doing anything with it. And I finally had a collective of friends of mine that were voice actors, and I'm still such good friends with Michael Miller, the guy who plays the Joker in my videos. And I thought, wow, let's just do it again. Let's get the band back together, guys. And I made that and thought, well, now there's a global pandemic. I guess I'll be inside for a while. I'll keep doing this. So, yeah, it was mostly college that explains the 4-year gap, but it was a period of darkness that did it too, and just really life happening in general. You can never control what's going to happen. You can only just try to stay on the right path. And luckily, I'm back at it. I'm surrounded by plastic.
Yes, that should make you so happy. So this just got a lot. This turned a whole different direction. You clearly have a lot more in depth with your channel break and whatnot, all of that stuff. It meant a lot more than the college, what I would have thought. But so you got any music to plug? Because you have a music career.
Yeah. Well, last year, I mean, my music career is the extent of what I can do by myself on SoundCloud. But I did release an EP under Albino Sky, which is kind of the music I also go under a name by J March. If you go to albinosky.com, which is my professional website, I'm just going to plug myself. Nathan Gonder, the actor, writer, filmmaker for you. AlbinoSky.com. You can find my acting reels. You can find links that are for my student thesis film, which I actually would love for all of you to watch if you get the chance. I'll send you a link because it's on a
I actually already got the link.
My man.
of my
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
there
in
it is.
chat, as
Yeah,
you can see, and it's
There
also
it is.
in the stream chat for anybody who wants to check it out there.
on albinosky.com/kuru, KURU. It's like all about my senior thesis. And there's a link to the thesis that you can watch on my website that you can't get through YouTube because it's unlisted, but you can kind of see where I'm at as a filmmaker, and it is wildly different from what I'm doing with the stop motion because it's a 20-minute short film. And it's like my heart and soul that I poured into it, and I love it so much, and it's a very personal film to me. But anyway, under albinosky.com/j/march, or if you just go albinosky.com, you'll find it. There's a link to this EP that I made while I was in quarantine, and it's 4 songs. They are nothing special or interesting. In fact, that is the name of the EP, and it's just it's a dude in his room hanging out playing guitar. That's about it. But it's I get very perfectionist with music, and it was the first time where I just kind of went with the flow and did what felt cool and didn't bitch about it. Yeah, I mean that's the music that I get to plug.
Yeah. So that all seems pretty interesting. No, I'll definitely be checking out a lot of your stuff after the show or whenever I have a chance for sure. Because I'm not doing anything. So.
Oh yeah, me neither.
So no. So that I mean this is awesome to be honest. Just hearing about all the stuff you do. Were you keeping up with a lot of the? Do you watch like a lot of the any of the Lego stop motion animation community? Any of that? Like, and did you watch it?
Yeah.
During your drunken stupor with great women.
I no great. I would revise what you're saying. I'll send you some corrections later. But so here's the thing. I would go on nostalgia trips where I would watch like Forrest and Keshin and stuff like that. And I have spoken with Forrest a couple times. He's a native Missouri. I'm from Missouri.
Yeah.
So we share that hatred for the Midwest, but I mainly, he would respond to me when I would ask for tips and stuff like that. Same with Sean Willits. But I would watch Sean, I would watch Forrest, I would watch Keshin, and some here and there. I would watch Blob Studios again, even though he hasn't really done anything in a long time. But that was during the hiatus. Yeah, I really just cared about like trying to get out of this pit that I was in. And I closed myself off from everything that I loved. I stopped really watching movies. I stopped playing music as much. I stopped watching stop motions, and then I re-entered the community. And there's all these new people that are so good. Like there's so because I mean, you guys know this.
Yeah.
It used to be Forrest and Keshin.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, those are like the good ones. And then there were some other really good ones, but you had to look.
Yeah, I
to
mean,
find
yeah,
them.
no,
You
most
had
of
to
the
look,
people
yeah.
back then were like one-hit wonders. Used to be
100%,
one video and
yeah.
that's it.
Like I mean, well, you also had like what was it? Was it Fancy Pants or something like that?
Oh, yeah,
Fancy
that
Pants,
guy's
yeah,
been
Fancy
playing
Pants.
forever.
Fancy Pants.
He hasn't
You
animated
had-
in a while.
You had Spastic Chihuahua, who's pretty good too. He was
Yeah.
actually, I always thought that he was, especially in like the early 2010s, he was the most underrated stop motion animator that was out there, because he was the first stop motion animator on YouTube that I saw who would pop the arms out of the sockets and use them to like make more dynamic movement. And like that was way back in like 2009, 2010. Like I was in middle school, so as a frame of reference, and I will say I'm older.
Yeah.
I turned 25 last week, and I don't think I've got much longer. But
Oh no.
Jesus.
I don't like to hear that.
Fun
I
chat.
don't like to
No.
hear that.
that's not a cry for help. That's
This is
just
like
me.
talking to Jake. It's
Yeah.
No,
really
that isn't a cry for help. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. I'm just saying I feel like I'm just about to turn into dust and blow away in the wind.
I
But but
Just don't pull a Neil Dressman, please.
Oh no!
But,
Jake, no!
no, Jake.
no. But anyway, I rejoin the community when I'm doing Lego Batman Returns because I'm just kind of like, I never try to watch other stuff for inspiration. I kind of just try to do like all my scripts I write in like an hour. And if it
Yeah.
doesn't work in
No.
an hour, I scrap it. Like the Dracula one
Yeah.
is so
Such a good video.
it's so funny to me because the short film that I was plugging earlier, I wrote in 3 years. It went through 21 drafts before it was what I considered perfect. And then my Lego Batman Dracula one, I took like 3 Jello shots and then wrote it in an hour and a half. But it's fun, you know. It's
Yeah.
it's not like I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody.
Yeah.
But I like watching it just for fun, just to see what techniques people are doing. I do like learning techniques from new people. But let me tell you, this Edbound guy
Yeah.
absolutely blows my shit away with
Yeah, he's
each new
changed up the whole
upload.
game.
He has, and I heard a rumor. I think it was from Sean Willits that he was offered a job by Stupid Buddy Studios, and he said no because he likes what he's doing already. Plus, he lives in Canada, and that's
Yeah.
such a trek. But oh my
Imagine,
gosh,
imagine living in Canada, right, Jake?
I know, right?
Fuck you.
Oh, is Jake from Canada?
Yeah, he lives in
Yeah.
he lives in the great
Loser.
city of what's it
You
called?
really
Jake?
gonna dox me, Castle
Yeah,
Rock?
Caleb, shut up! Jesus. All right, we're just being mean to Jake.
But anyway, he's great. And then I love I hate YouTube is not the algorithm is so fucking ridiculous because I watch a lot of infographics because I'm trying to like be a smarter person with various things um and so I watch infographics, I watch stop motion, I listen to music. That's mainly what I use YouTube for, and I listen to podcasts here and there. But it's always every day recommended for you. Check out this new TikTok trend. I'm a 25-year-old man. I don't know what any of that is. And so like
Take note, Sam.
you
We
can
know
be
you're in the
hip,
chat.
dude.
Take note.
my
Okay.
earliest memories are from 1998. I remembered 9/11. I'm like not
Jesus.
I'm not involved with some of this shit, you know? I just want to see the stuff I want to see, but sometimes I will get this long YouTube algorithm of people who just started out and they're doing like test animations of like Spider-Man swinging on a web or like Batman punching or going through a building or jumping. And all these people are inspired by Edbound and his
Yeah.
animation
Yeah.
style.
Hmm.
And that's so cool to me. But not only him, whenever I did Lego Batman Returns, I was overwhelmed with messages, emails, and comments that I saw from people who used to subscribe to me, who are now doing incredible videos. So like anybody who I'm at the point now, and I'm lucky to be at this point where anybody who comments on my video, I will go watch their stuff and comment back, or I'll go like their content. If I was in a space where I had a big following, I wouldn't be able to do that. But
Yeah.
like obviously I watch Green Brick stuff.
Really shouldn't, but thank you.
Yeah, well, trust me, I
Poor
know
man.
I do it out of pity, but
Yeah.
I'm,
So does my dad.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking, dude. I'm pretty sure my mom forgot that I have this channel. But
Yeah, Jake's dad just wish he forgot
Yeah.
Jake had that channel.
He wouldn't if I did that coronavirus thing for him.
but
Oh my god.
I watch your stuff. Yeah, it's cool to see the stuff that you do, especially because here, hold on. Let me go to your channel. I might be confusing you with someone, but anyway, while I'm looking this up,
Yeah.
I love
Confusing me
Brick
with someone good.
Brick Tavern.
Brick Tavern
Oh
is
my god,
so
dude,
good.
we're
Amazing.
I
biggest
remember-
Brick Tavern fan.
I actually
I
found
rem-
you through Brick Tavern.
Okay, so I remember Brick Tavern commenting on one of my videos back when I was like still kind of in my shit stage, and to see him do that Killer Croc video,
Oh my god.
It was so
I-
good, that video.
I was just my mouth was just gaping open when I saw that because of how good it was. And like to see that he commented on one of my things when he was real young, starting out doing animations, and to see him doing something like that just blows my absolute mind away. Like he is so good. He is really, really good. And then there's this other YouTube channel. Oh, I'm gonna go back to what I was looking at. So Green Brick. What I really liked about visiting your channel is that you have a bit of what I rarely see, which is Harry Potter content.
Oh no!
And
only one reason I do that. It makes me.
well, that's the thing. That's the thing too, is that everybody does Batman, everybody does Spider-Man, and
Yeah, Caleb, get original.
I know.
Yeah.
and you've
Hey,
got
I made 3 Harry Potter videos. What are you talking about?
well, and you've
Best
got
videos
like
Dumbledore's filling.
you've got Harry Potter content, and there's Harry Potter for a long time. You didn't come by that because they hadn't made sets in like fucking 30 years. So the fact that they're making all this stuff now, and I still don't hardly see any Harry Potter stuff, is just keep capitalizing on that market.
Exactly.
But and then who's the other one? Who's the guy? He has a justice, like an Injustice series going on.
Oh, Lincoln Pop.
What's
Oh,
Lincoln
Lincoln
Pop?
Pop.
Lincoln Pop. Yeah, Lincoln Pop is
That
really
was
good.
awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
his Injustice
Insane.
series is fantastic.
I'm really so I with
Fucking
YouTube
totally.
with YouTube
What?
it's hard to we live in such a time of like you have to make something that's like a minute long or else people get uninvested.
Yeah.
I am really invested in his Injustice series. I'm like I always watch the episodes when they come out. And then there's this kid named, I say kid, I'm assuming he's a kid, named Brick Boys 22 who subscribes to me on YouTube, and he just started doing stop motion like around the time of my Batman Returns video. And he, in his like year and a half of doing stop motion, has improved way more than I did in like 5 years. You can tell he really cares about it and he really works on it. So, that kind of thing is always cool to see. So I like finding the things that have like 10 views, because it's neat to see what people are trying to do, and you can only imagine what they will do if they stick with it. That's the big thing, is just always keep doing it, even if your animations are just absolute garbage shit. That's okay. If you're scared that they're shit, look at anything anybody did when they first started.
Yeah, go watch Luck Jack films.
But anyway, that I'm not as involved in the community as I need to be now that I'm out of college. I hope to be. Like I did a voice for Brick Tavern a while ago, and I know he's a super busy dude, so he's still working on it. But that's another thing I'd like to plug. If I can, if you send me the script, I'll do a voice for anybody. I'll do a voiceover for literally anybody.
Yeah, I actually had a plan for you.
Yes, I remember that.
No, this is actually more recent than that one. That old one is nothing. That's pish posh.
Well, I remember getting that, and I remember feeling terrible because I at the beginning of this year I suffered an eye injury.
Oh yeah.
And I completely for a long time I could hardly see out of my left eye, and I still have trouble with it today, and I'm probably gonna have trouble with it forever. But that consumed so much out of me, because like when you get injured, there's like a mental aspect of it when it's one of your senses. Like it really, really whacked me out for a while. But on a positive note, I also got engaged. So
Ooh.
Congratulations.
I was too late. I'm sorry.
that took a lot of my time. So I apologize. I felt like shit whenever I remembered that we were doing that. But
don't worry about it. I never made that video.
Okay. Well, let me know if you pick it back up again. We'll do it. But
Probably
yeah,
won't. He never makes videos.
Yeah,
if you have
when
any,
he does.
if you have any plans for me, just let me know. All I tell people, and I think this goes without saying, just because of my kind of content, there's a couple things I don't joke about, but I mainly joke about everything. So just let me know. Give me a heads up.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. But that goes for all of you. That goes for everybody listening to this, everybody involved in this. Just
All
reach
three
out.
people.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh,
shut up,
thank
Jake.
you.
Jake, you're gonna go insult people. Yeah, Andrew, that doesn't go towards you.
Aw, I was just in luck.
Anyway, sorry, I just kind of sucked all the air out of that. But
No. You
That's
give
good.
this
This is
podcast
easy.
life. Trust me.
Yeah, this is easily the most interesting episode we've ever had.
Yeah.
I,
just from
We need
your-
to start getting guests on, Caleb. They
Yeah,
suck
well,
without
my
them.
last guest fell through, so I had to ask him.
okay,
Okay.
I'm glad that's the position that I'm in.
Yeah, great, Caleb.
You should be lucky to be number 2. I have Forrest.
Shut
I
up,
am
Caleb. No,
number
you
two.
didn't. Now Caleb's lying.
I am lying. No, I mean, so with the stop motion aspect, for you, was that more of a thing of like making like a video that could be like a film, or was it more of just a love of Lego, or was it a cool mixture of the both?
It really was a love of Lego for a while. I've known I've wanted to be a filmmaker and an actor for most of my life. But like I kind of said earlier, is like I didn't really take it seriously with the stop motion stuff until I realized that I would have been way behind in the game had I not done it early on like that. I mean, you see lots of people that do stop motion that have film aspirations. You don't see many accountants or biologists that are doing stop motion. It is film, even if it's Lego stop motion. And I didn't really care about the cinematic aspect to it until I was in film school, and that's when I was just like, I could make these super interesting. There's always been something that my videos were lacking, and it was a dynamic cinematic experience. It was lighting. It was like actual choreography or anything like that. It was sound mixing. It was all that stuff I never really had a good amount of until I learned about it in an actual education environment. I don't think college is for everybody, but I especially not in the film world. If you know somebody, you can get started without ever even going to high school sometimes. But I definitely thrived, and I learned so much, and I was able to apply what I've learned to these stop motions and give them the extra push that I always wanted them to have. But yeah, for a long time, it was just like, fuck it. Look at all this Lego that I have. Like that was literally. I just wanted an excuse to just put shit together and tear it apart. Really, it's something that's stuck with me.
It seems like you in a lot of your newer videos, you've gotten a lot of the newer Lego product that's been out. So
I have.
You've
yeah.
canned a lot of money on that. You
Oh my
still, so
God.
I would assume you still keep up with some of the good old new Lego sets that come out.
I did for a little bit.
Yeah.
I started watching some of those dudes that make videos about like they review Lego and which I had to stop because I'll get into that for a second. But I was watching like Jang Bricks, who's a super nice dude.
James
Chad.
is amazing.
That dude is like he's a Chad among men of just how kind he is and how insightful his reviews are. But then I also watched like Just Too Good
Yeah.
and like M&R Productions. I just stopped watching that dude. He's such a he makes me laugh, but he's such a fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, I had
I'm
drama
not-
with him.
I'm not trying to start anything with him because I don't if he on the off chance he hears that and he gets upset
He won't,
and he
trust
doesn't
me.
He won't.
he doesn't like
He already
me.
hates Caleb.
He already
That's-
won,
that's-
so.
Too bad because I still
Doesn't
I
care
like
that it's
I like what he does. He's made a name for himself. He obviously had a part in getting one of the best-selling Lego sets released. But I had to stop watching it just because he is very
Egocentric.
well, I was gonna say it's just
Arrogant?
like he gets very involved. Like not I don't want to say emotionally. That's not the right word, but it's just so invested in.
He's way too much into the stuff. It's
in,
weird.
in like things that are because I'll admit some of the designs for these Star Wars sets are not good.
Yeah.
But I don't get too hung up about it because it's just like overall it is for the most part, unless they're doing an 18+ set or Black Series, it is for kids and and it's more expensive to make that stuff these days, with not only the fact that Star Wars is owned by Disney. Like when I was a kid, Star Wars sets were like $10 because they
Yeah.
weren't owned by Disney, and Disney upcharges their stuff. But anyway, I would watch that, and that's how I would keep up. But I kind of stopped after a while because I moved. I recently moved to Kansas City, and I was in my senior year of college. I was making my senior thesis film. It wasn't anything wrong that M&R or like Jang or Just Too Good were doing. It was just kind of like I'm real busy. But recently, I see posts about it on my, because I have an Instagram for my YouTube account. I see posts about it in my recommended, and it's always just like, oh, cool. Is that real? Is that a mock? What's going on? So I'll check their website. And the thing that I really, really was blown away by is the fact that they finally made another fucking Tumblr that's minifig scaled. And
Yeah, everyone. Okay,
Mhm.
Andrew doesn't have it, but
I have
Oh,
it.
you do. Okay, so me,
Yeah,
so all of us have the Tumblr already.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have it yet. I was gonna buy it. I literally had it in my hand at Target, and I thought, "Ugh, I have to pay my electric bill. Okay, I'm gonna do this another time. But
No, you can
I'm
pump up your electricity. I
I
don't see a
am
problem with
going to get it. I am going to get it.
It's a really good set.
It looks like it.
Jake liked the new Tumblr so much. He was so mad at the old Tumblr which he owns. He was like, "I'm throwing this away. Who
I've been
wants
trying
it?"
to fucking pawn it off.
He was trying to pawn off his old Tumblr because he hated it because he got the new one.
Wait, for real? Like the 2008 one?
Yes, because he's had it since a kid, and then he instantly started hating the set the second he got the new one.
Yeah.
What made you hate it?
It looks like shit compared to the new one. It's
Does-
all
does it
fucking
really?
fluffy. You can see
Yeah.
yellow bricks sticking out in the middle of it. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
You know what I always noticed about that old one is that it is way too big for its own good.
It's massive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's on a poor scale.
Yeah, so I always wanted it, but then I will agree. I saw the new one and I thought that's like when you look at, I don't know, minifig scale doesn't necessarily matter or really exist, but when you look at Batman as a minifigure next to the new Tumblr, it looks like Batman in the Christopher Nolan film next to the actual Tumblr, like size wise. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited that we finally have another Batmobile that has two seats
Yep.
for once. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
A lot of the new sets are like really bad, but every once in a while you get like there's like one that is actually good, and like hold
yeah.
on to that original value of like those old sets, and I really like that a lot.
I get so pissed that they just do Batman now, though. I miss DC superheroes, not because the sets were good, but just because I'm a huge fan of not just Batman, but like I love Superman so much.
I
And
get
I love-
that too.
Mhm.
I'm a fan of all those superheroes as well, and I think
Me too.
Batman they've oversaturated so much.
They have.
They've
yeah.
released like what 7 Batmobiles in the past 10 years.
Yep.
Something ridiculous.
When they started doing mobile
Probably.
bat bases,
Oh,
they
fuck
had a
that.
problem.
Oh my
That's
gosh!
shit.
Batman needs a fucking semi truck.
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah,
I could
what
say
you're
the
saying,
same
you
for Marvel,
don't
but
need more
Marvel gets the
semi-truck?
upper hand by Lego, so they can have Star Wars and Avengers.
They can, yeah. Pretty soon they'll have Indiana Jones too.
Oh yes, I can't wait for that.
I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
I know it's just like I'm gonna give them all my money.
I can't
I
wait for
missed
Jake. I
out.
can't wait for them to release the new Indiana Jones sets, and Jake's like, I have this old one. It's so shit. Why did I get it?
Well,
Hey,
I don't have
yeah.
any old ones assembled.
Jake, where's Indiana Jones poorly written parody?
Jake, all I'm
Why the
saying is
fuck
that
would I do that?
if you're gonna get rid of those old ones, just let me know. Just let me know. Just let me know, man.
He
I'll take
probably
them off
would
your
send
hands.
them to you over
I
us.
fucking bet you want the old Tumblr, I'll fucking send it to you. I don't give a shit.
Here's the thing, though. When it comes to the new sets, I don't know if you noticed in the Dracula video, but the Dracula that I used is from the Lego Studios line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super.
And let me tell you what a son of a bitch that character is, because it's so loose. The hair wiggles around so much. It is awful. It's like I'm working with Mega Blocks. And I did it for the nostalgia, because that was one of those things where it was like I really wanted this as a kid, but I was too young. It passed me. It was gone by the time I could actually comprehend what Lego was. So I bought it as an adult, and I finally got to use it. And the entire time I was just ripping my hair out because it was so hard to animate. But that's one of those instances where I was just like, I could have used the Monster Fighters Dracula.
Yeah.
but I love those old sets. So I like getting the new stuff, but sometimes I like calling back to the old stuff a lot too.
No, that makes sense 100%. Yeah.
God, do I miss Monster Fighters?
Oh
My
my
great
gosh,
brother.
that almost passed me. I got like 3 sets.
I got like
that
2 of them as a kid when I was way younger.
I am obsessed with the Universal monsters. If I could say anything is an inspiration to me as a filmmaker, it's the Frankenstein movie from the 30s. And so that line was just like candy to me. The issue is that I was in high school and I had no job. So like I couldn't get any of that crap. That's why when the new Haunted House came out, I snatched it up as soon as I could.
Such a good set.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll always love the classic Monster Hunters one.
Oh, me
the
too.
classic old one more, but that new one's pretty good too.
I love the classic one more just because I don't fucking have it.
Yeah, I know. I remember as a kid, I'd see it in store and go, "Why can't I get that set?"
Mhm.
I
I
was a
found
little
it
shit.
sealed at like
Of
a
course I never
secondhand
got it.
store, like where I live, but it was like $600, and I was like, I really can't fucking justify that. Like, it's cool as fuck, but I cannot justify that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah,
Shut up,
Jake,
Jake.
Jake, don't say that.
Jake,
The amount of
you
Lego
say you want to
have-
buy the Lego Titanic,
Yeah.
Oh my
and you
gosh.
couldn't justify that. Stop
I
lying.
want to buy Lego Titanic, but I'm not gonna get it.
Yeah, I
Same
can't wait
thing.
for Bat-Tanic.
Only 800 Canadian.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That
no.
was 10 years ago, Riley.
Yeah, Jake, I can't wait for your sequel to the James Cameron classic Titanic. So, I guess I'll call you Nathan from here.
Sure.
Obviously you're a film major or whatever. You were a film major.
Getting
You
personal.
graduated.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, what's your favorite movie? What are some of your favorite movies?
Oh geez. So I guess like as far as what I'm trying to achieve in my own brain or what keeps me going, it is the old Universal monster movies, particularly Frankenstein, The Invisible Man, Creature from the
Invisible
Black.
Man slaps.
Yeah, it does so hard, and then like Creature from the Black Lagoon, it sucks, but it's so good. um, and then I really love um, I love the Hammer horrors that came after that with Sir Christopher Lee as like Dracula, because when I was a kid, he was Count Dooku to me, but he was such a good character actor when he was younger, and I mean he was up until he died, but. I loved all those Hammer horrors, but when it comes to modern movies, the last movie that I saw where I was just like blown away, I loved it, was Pig with Nicolas Cage, and that came out just a few months ago. And I remember I'm gonna plug my life for a little bit and boast. So my fiance was on a music video for Tech Nine in Kansas City, and I was just like, well, I don't have anything to do. So I went and I saw the first movie that popped up on my radar, which was Pig. I knew nothing about it. I just knew that Nicolas Cage was in it. Let me tell you, I bawled like a baby at this fucking movie. I was frustrated that it hit me that hard. And but it was so good. And then I like A24 in spots. I like what they do.
Yeah.
I love the light. I love the Lighthouse. I really
Oh,
like
yeah.
Midsummer. I love Lady Bird and the Florida Project. But then I hate like Spring Breakers and um, I'm not. I like Hereditary. It's fine. I'm excited to see Lamb. I'm excited to see the Tragedy of Macbeth.
The Lamb's
Have you
fucking
seen
weird.
it? Is it weird? Okay, that's all I want.
It's great, but it's really
That's
fucking
all that
weird.
I
I
want to
didn't know
see.
Nicolas Cage still made good movies, to be honest.
Here's the thing: is that he has rejected the Hollywood syndicate, and he's going to these independent studios to be the actor that he wants to be, and I'm so fucking here for it. Like that's, I love that kind of thing.
I guess we're never getting Ghost Rider 3.
Look, it could happen.
Wait, what we really need is Ghost Rider 3.
Look, I'm just saying, anything's
Screw
possible.
your independent Nicolas Cage.
It could happen. Anything's possible.
Face
But
Off 2.
what I really liked. I loved Marriage Story.
Yeah, that's a
That
great
was a
movie.
great movie.
That one also hit me pretty hard. And then going back to old movies, I love samurai movies a lot. Like Akira Kurosawa films are so good. and they have no reason to be except the fact that the man was a genius and the culture over there was gorgeous. I mean, I have a broad spectrum of movies that I like and love, and will consider my favorite movie until I think of the other favorite movie. Um, I really just I like anything that has substance. I'm not a fan of a lot of big blockbusters, though I do have fun watching them. But as long as it brings something to the table, it doesn't even need to be new. As long as it just brings something cool to the table that will make me think, it's gonna be one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, that's. I mean that seems pretty good. I haven't seen most of what you're talking about. I've seen a couple of them, but no, I mean honestly, I mean, you have some great choices.
It's
Yeah.
I mean everybody. I never think that I never listen to somebody and what they say and think, oh, they like bad movies.
Yeah.
Because everybody has their taste. Not everybody likes to dissect shit like I do, and I understand that. In fact, a lot of that stuff I try not to do because it makes me end up not liking movies. Um, but over time, if you are somebody that loves movies, you tend to start diving into the really weird stuff, and that's also what I like is things that are interesting, like The Lighthouse or Lamb seems to be super interesting. I'm gonna like it a lot, I'm sure. Stuff like that. Just I like weird movies too. Just experimental cinema. I love David Lynch. If you've ever seen
Yeah.
Eraser,
Eraserhead. My
Eraserhead,
man.
yeah, Eraserhead.
Eraserhead's my favorite horror movie.
I've got that on Criterion. If you don't, and I realize some people like Criterion is super stupid and niche and pretentious, but Criterion is a DVD distribution company, and if you want to know everything about a movie, get it, shell out like $45 on a Criterion DVD at Barnes and Noble because it has director's commentary, it has documentaries on how the movies were made, it has BTS footage everywhere. It has like manuscripts and stuff sometimes of like the original scripts. And David Lynch always does this on Criterion. I got the Eraserhead one and it's so cool. But yeah, I love David Lynch. I love experimental stuff a lot.
Yeah, no, that sounds. I haven't seen Eraserhead. Of course, Riley has, my brother, because he's a dickhead.
Because I'm a what? No, because I have taste.
That's,
Oh.
that's definitely it, Riley. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No, I guess. Speaking of production or whatever, what is your favorite video that you made?
Are you talking about with my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now, it is the Halloween video. The Dracula video. I have another Halloween video I try not to think about, and I love the Dracula video because I did some heavy VFX work in that with like Dracula flying, the Batwing flying through the air, the light coming in through the window and the mansion, some of the fight stuff. I didn't do a lot of fight stuff in my old videos, and they're Lego figures. People want to see them like running around and jumping and hitting each other, and so I meant to do more. I was going to do this whole thing with my green screen, but I actually left my green screen on one of the sets that I was on a few weeks ago, and I didn't get it back till today. So I had to cut the fight scene short, which is fine. It's already a fucking 8-minute long video. But I'd say the Dracula one because also Matthew, the dude that plays Dracula,
Oh my god.
is what
You gotta
he.
pick him. You have to.
I went to school with this dude, and he is some of the most raw, incredible, chaotic acting talent I've ever known in my life. And the thing about him is I don't know if he likes Batman. I don't even know if he likes Lego. The dude just wants to voice act, and he is so good at it. And he just kills me with how good he is at it. So working with him was great. But yeah, I'd say that one is definitely a favorite. I liked the Christmas video that I did, but I was doing something else at the same time as that. I was doing a radio show, and it was just like a nightmare because I would edit the radio show until 5 a.m. I would go to work. I would come home from work at like 6 p.m. I'd sleep, I'd wake up, I'd animate a scene, and I'd just do it over again. And
Jesus.
I did this for like 2 weeks, and I was ready to take a red bath. But I still liked it. I mean, a lot of my good buddies are in it. Michael's in it. My fiance plays Harley Quinn. You know, it's nice to have those ensemble videos. I like the vaccine video too, mainly because like I'm not going to tell people what to do with their lives regarding the vaccine. So I just wanted to make a video about how if you think people are going to track you through getting the vaccine, you should like fucking throw your phone off of a bridge, because they're already tracking you through
Yeah.
your electronics. So that one was fun. That was a short little video. I had a lot of fun making, but definitely the
really
whole
good with all the lighting and the set design
Yeah.
and all the
Yeah,
visual
your set
effects you
design
put
is
into that
beautiful.
one.
that was a fun one to do, and I always improv that stuff. I never have a plan for what my set's gonna look like. I just kind of like throw shit together and eventually think, okay, that looks good.
Yeah, no.
Need some advice, Jake.
No.
Hey, Sam, are you still in the chat? You know what to do.
Oh, yeah, Sam.
Write it down.
No, not with this gray wall. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I feel like,
All right, we haven't asked the question yet. Back in the day, Flannel Shirt Guy, one of your best jokes from back in the day was when you made the Mr. Freeze video, and it was the Eskimo porn joke.
Oh God,
where
I
did you,
hated that.
where did you,
I hated. Look,
where did you take
I'm
Eskimo porn from?
I'm not gonna lie. First off, I'd like to address the fact that I didn't know this at the time. I was 16. Eskimo was a fucking horrible thing to say, so I don't say that anymore. But the Eskimo porn thing. Well, it's just because a lot of my jokes were nonsensical in the sense that Mr. Freeze is just a cold dude. So, like, you know, a lot of the Eskimo, like that term is used to group together indigenous people from the north where it's cold. So that's honestly what it was. And then I thought, haha, I'll make a joke about him watching porn or something. I mean, my favorite part of that video was the guy who played him did a really good Ice King impression from Adventure Time, and that was joke one. Is that Mr. Freeze just sounds like the Ice King? Why? Because it's ice and he's Mr. Freeze.
No, a lot of those older videos, I found you through those older videos in like what was that, 2017, Riley?
Yeah, around
The
that.
Around 2017, yeah. That's where I
2017
found you
-ish.
from. Because of Brick Tavern's channel, he had like his subs public, or he had something public on his channel tab.
Or he had like a list of subs he liked or something.
Yeah.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's nice of him.
Yeah, I think he has like a list called Some Classics, I think, and I think you were on there. So.
Yeah,
or maybe he was
that's
just.
cool.
Oh,
But he
you
also
might have
has
been
a
in a playlist.
subscription
That
club.
could have been it
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that kind of thing too.
Yeah, no, because I was what?
Oh, he has a best brick films playlist
Yeah, that
too.
must have been
One of
where-
your videos could have ended up in here.
Yeah,
He's
that
a
could
nice
have
dude.
No.
That's nice of him.
Yeah, I mean, those old videos, like, sure, to you they may look bad. To me, that was a huge inspiration on a lot of my humor, just a lot of that stuff, because it was so like, I don't know, you went over what like Forrest did. Forrest like started on an edge down there, then you like went over with the randomness. Like, I'm not saying random equals funny. That's not really a belief.
No,
system
yeah, I
have.
know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but just, I don't know, you took it up a step, I would say.
Well, the thing is that like right now, I've come to understand that comedy is broken.
Yeah.
The things that I find funny are the most nonsensical bullshit in the entire world. I made somebody laugh today just by making a funny face at them for 5 minutes and not breaking the face. That's not a joke. That isn't anything with a punchline yet. For some reason, it's funny. Yeah, that random stuff. I never thought. I'm the same with you. I'm not like LOL random. Like I don't give into like millennial humor. But there is something funny about the absurd.
Yeah.
Like you said, Forrest started by making Batman just this crap. Like he said it on the podcast with the Four Monkeys, I think.
Yeah.
That he watched a lot of South Park and a lot of Robot Chicken. So his thing was, I'm gonna be crass. Batman says the F word, and like calls Robin gay and all this stuff like that. As a kid, I thought it was funny, but when I made my own animations, I at least wanted to not. I didn't want to say the R word. I didn't want to make fun of Robin for being gay or anything like that. But I just wanted to be weird. And my Batman, which I love, is just me. Just he's super nuanced and he's very oblivious and isn't very aware of social cues. And all this weird shit happens that makes no sense and has no payoff, and that kind of stuff just kills me.
Yeah, that dry obliviousness.
Yeah, just absolute no regard for anything that is going on around you, just because you have no ability to understand when you should shut the hell up, or when something is obviously you are in danger, but you can't process that you are in danger, so you make a cum joke or something like that. The Mr. Freeze video, though, it astounds me how that has 20,000 views. And none of my other shit is even close to that. I don't know what it was, but like, for some reason that video just broke a barrier, and it was just like a one-time thing. I don't get it. I really do not.
No, a lot of your video. Speaking of this humor part, like a lot of your videos, I'm not laughing at some of the humor where it's like, Batman says fuck or whatever. I'm laughing at like in the Batman versus Villains one where Mr. Freeze is crying because he doesn't have because it's ice cream.
Because ice cream spilled. Yeah.
That cry was so fucking funny.
Dude, that has happened to me a million times. I cry when my ice cream falls. I'm a person.
So does Jake.
I don't know if it was the Mr. Freeze
everything.
actor improving, but the cry just sounded so funny.
I know. I think in the script I was just like, cry because your ice cream fell, and that's what he gave me. And he's great. I wonder what he's up to. I haven't talked to him in some time now.
Yeah, you haven't had Mr. Freeze in a recent video. If you do, you gotta ask him.
No, he was in the background of Lego In fact, a bunch of villains that I've never used were also in the background of Lego Batman Returns. I've only used the Penguin once, and I'm ashamed of it. And then I've never used Scarecrow. Actually, when I was in 8th grade, I had a Lego Batman versus Scarecrow video that was uploaded for like 5 days. And even as a cringy 8th grader, I was just like, man, this sucks. So I took it down. But yeah, never used Scarecrow. He was for some reason. Oh wait, yes, I have. I used him like once. Yeah. My old roommate Tyler played him, but yeah, Mr. Freeze was in the background of that, and I wanted to reach out to him, but I had so much going on with those other villains that it was just like, this was right before the pandemic, so I had a lot of college work going on, and I was like, I need to, if I add any more to this, it's just gonna get nuts. So. But I actually have a script. I have a Batwoman script that features Mr. Freeze, and I would love to get him. His name is Jim. I would love to get Jim back to play that. And I think he did express interest in it about a year ago. So I think it'd be nice to have him on board.
Yeah, no,
that'd be cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
It's always great if you can get like an original cast back together instead of having to do something new. Like it just feels that much more special.
Yeah, like I mean, I'm so Okay, here's the fucking thing. I am so lucky to have Michael Miller playing the Joker. When I met Michael, I was 14, and I saw an interview he was in about him voicing the Kevin Conroy Batman and the Mark Hamill Joker and being so good at it. He's also a really talented rapper. He's from Canada, and
talented people from Canada. Jake, what happened?
But I just reached out to him. I was like,
jeans.
I was just like,
Britain, what would you expect?
Yeah, you got the soggy bread and beans genes.
Yeah, he can't get blood because he's afraid of mad cow disease.
Oh no!
What the
Jake's like, that was personal.
You bloody wanker.
That's fucking funny.
I'm gonna call Dave on you. You're gonna get fucking whacked.
Don't call Dave, please. Dave's too busy. I don't know, cleaning up his carpet shop. Is that what it is?
Probably in a tavern.
Yeah.
In the
Or
pub.
do you prefer rug shop?
The old
Probably,
pub.
I don't fucking know. It's a shithole. Let's just call it that. It's England.
What was I on about? Oh yeah, Michael. So I messaged Michael on YouTube one day. Man, YouTube used to be so fucking different. I messaged Michael on
Private
YouTube one
messages and
day.
everything.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know, I miss it, but
Me too.
just out of the blue, I was like, because he had a couple videos where he had a Batman song that he made that was really good, and then he had a couple videos displaying his Joker, and I desperately was searching the internet like Joker impression and trying to find videos of people that had like 10 views because I thought, maybe like they won't mind that my videos suck if they're not getting a lot of cred, which is a horrible, cynical way to look at it, but you know that's the
It's
means
realistic.
that realistic, yeah, and but I found Michael's, and Michael was like he had quite a following at that point, and like he had, as far as views go, he was doing pretty well for himself. So I just thought, let me just see what happens. I messaged him, and he messaged me like immediately. I still have the email. He emailed me back like immediately and was just like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want, literally, like anything you want, I will do it. And he voiced for me, and I ended up not using the voice for a while, but I slipped it into something, and we have had that working relationship for 10 years now.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like and we're actual friends now. Like we talk to each other. He's seen my thesis film. I reach out to him every now and then. We wish each other happy birthday, if anything. Yeah, he's a great dude, and I'm so lucky to have somebody who actually has an authentic Batman voice, and it makes it all the funnier that none of the rest of us do.
Yeah.
That he's the only one that actually sounds like a Batman character.
No. Fuck.
Hmm.
That's awesome, that relationship you have.
Jake's like, well, I'm friends with Flapjack. Leave me alone.
No, Jake's like, what about my
Yeah.
nickel?
Yeah, I'm cool.
Jake's like, I had a drink with Flapjack once. No
Wait.
one's cooler than me.
Wait, Flapjack. Who's this?
Flapjack Films. He's
Flapjack Films, yeah.
he's popular for his
Yeah.
Marvel specials and his DC specials.
Yeah, the
his
DC,
Marvels.
yeah.
Like he did an
That's
Endgame
how I
and
found
Infinity War
Jake.
special.
Yeah, that's how
Really
I think
gone.
that's how me and Riley. No, that's how I found Jake through. No, I found Flapjack through Jake. I think. Yeah,
Oh.
that's how it happened.
Well, he really shot up in popularity around the time that we started talking to each other. Because he used to only have a couple hundred subs around the same time as me, and then he fucking shot off in summer 2016.
Well, he really capitalized on something great, which was those specials, because I remember wanting to do that a long time ago, but I just simply couldn't.
Flapjack stole the idea.
What? give me my cut of the profits.
Yeah, there's royalties, you know.
Yeah, seriously, was stealing my idea from I don't know, probably across the country, but he did it in a way that I couldn't whenever I first had the idea, which was I don't even know when. I struggled for a long time writing short, quippy humor because all of my jokes take an hour to tell and there's no punchline.
That's okay. Watch Sam's videos.
Well,
You'll feel better about yourself.
Well, for reference, I loved the late comedian Norm Macdonald.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
his ability to just absolutely stun you with a joke that doesn't matter is the kind of shit that I love. But the specials, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, are kind of that Robot Chicken style where it's
They're sketch.
yeah.
They're sketch comedy.
sketch comedy, yeah, and that's great for this kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, good on him for doing that. That is a really that was something that I had seen before, but I mean, he took it to a new level just with the quality of his animation and the ability that he made him 12 minutes long. Yeah,
Especially
those
how
are
he is
great.
now with how much he's improved from his animation. Like even
Yeah.
back then it was really good, but now like his camera quality's improved, like his set design has improved. I'd say his writing has also improved. Like
Yeah,
it's really impressive to see how some people, like improve over years.
it's really cool to see.
Great.
I love that so much because, like I said, it's some people they do it and their last upload was 10 years ago because they thought, I suck at this. I'm always gonna suck at this, and they stopped. But then other people like they embrace their cringe. I'm like, and they just get through it, and then they become incredible. They do amazing things.
Yeah.
That stuff is so good.
Yeah. Jake, why don't you get Flapjack on here?
Yeah, Jake, get Flapjack on the
Dude,
podcast.
Yeah.
Guy's a busy man. I'll see what I can fucking do. He's a busy
Yeah, let's
man,
just
though.
bring Jake to get all his cool friends on. Jake, when is Ben Nickel coming on the podcast?
When's Yakov
fuck,
coming on?
He's also. We're not getting Yakov on. I'm not
What
letting you
is
guys
this?
bully him for fucking
Wait.
90 minutes.
Wait, who's Yakov? Hold on.
One of Jake's
it's-
personal
it's-
friends.
It's
Okay.
one of Jake's
Sorry.
personal friends. He plays Draco Malfoy in his Harry Potter videos.
My mind immediately went to Yakov Smirnov, and I was like,
I
what a
totally know Yakov
I
Smirnoff,
was
dude.
like, what a convoluted joke.
You got a
Wait.
lot of connections, my
Who the
friend.
fuck knows who Yakov Smirnov is anymore?
Wait, Jake.
Yeah.
Here's the real question.
Oh, God.
When's the 60-year-old guy of the wine basement coming?
No!
Yes.
He's not coming on the show.
Whoa, we can't get any. God, Jake, you know what? Maybe you should be
I'll
fired.
go to work tomorrow and I'll say, hey, Arnie, you want to come on a podcast?
You can talk about your own basement wine.
What is he, a
Dude, basement,
bootlegger?
dude, basement wine slaps ass. Like, it is so good.
Notice Arnie
good.
also slaps ass. You can believe it. But specifically Jake's.
Oh,
Why
God.
are we talking about this on a fucking podcast?
It's
Public
really,
info
now
needs
it's
to be
really
known.
funny. You know what, Jake? Don't get
Sometimes my
upset.
coworkers stumble across this. They're like, oh, Jesus, they're grassing out Arnie.
Don't let Jay see this one.
Oh, God.
Don't let the turkey chin see this one.
Shut up, Riley.
Okay, I'll stop. Oh, okay. Back to the flannel shirt guy. He's more interesting than me.
Yeah, no, I'm loving this. This is good. This is kind of so. I used to have I had a superhero podcast like where we would talk about comic books, but it only lasted like 8 episodes. Because my buddy Donovan was in it. He was a Marine at the time. He was in North Carolina. I was doing my own thing. I was in college. My buddy Chase was in it. He lived far away. It was just really hard to organize. But man, the tangents we would get on sometimes that had nothing to do with anything were so entertaining to us. Like, it is just so funny to just absolutely rips. Like, usually I was the one that got ripped on, but it is so funny to just absolutely rip somebody to pieces because you know
Oh
them
my god, it's the
personally.
best.
Because you know them personally, and then people who listen to it afterwards are just like, "Hey, that 20-minute thing that you guys were talking about, what the fuck was that?"
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? We do it to Jake all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, we haven't done it to Andrew yet because he hasn't said one
Yeah, we
thing.
haven't done to
That's
Andrew
true.
yet because Andrew hasn't talked the entire
Yeah,
podcast.
Andrew, thank
Well,
you
I'm trying
thank
to-
you for your submission.
Well, I'm trying to be respectful of Flannel Shirt Guy's time. I don't
Respectful
want to
doesn't
ruin
mean you
it.
can't talk.
Look, here's the thing. I want to hear what Andrew has to say.
No, you
What's on
don't.
your-
Trust
on
me.
your-
No, actually, Andrew.
And this.
Dude,
This
what's on-
happens.
what's on your mind,
It's past his
buddy?
bedtime. He's supposed to be quiet right now.
What's going
No.
on? What's going on, man? What's on your brain? What
Yeah,
are you thinking?
you know what, Andrew? You know, yeah, he's got some.
I'm just inspired by you.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah,
Quiet, are
Because
gonna
you were
finally
talking
start
about 10
fucking
views, and the
Daredevil
first thing I
script?
think
yeah.
about is
You're gonna
me.
finally make a video, Andrew? How inspired are you?
Yeah, you see,
on a
Andrew-
scale of 1 to
Andrew,
10.
Andrew, you will never be a successful brickformer in 2021. You are not on the weekly upload grind.
Oh my god.
Well, neither
I
were
can't-
you after a couple months.
Well,
How the hell did those
yeah,
guys do
I
that?
was on it for what, 3 months?
Probably.
Yeah, that's at most.
How the fuck do those guys do that?
Like
like-
ridiculous amount of free time.
I can't. Like Edbound, does he still do weekly uploads?
No, not anymore. But he did it for like 2 years.
He
Isn't he back to
that's-
doing Monday uploads now, though?
I don't. Is he? If he is, he
He
might
did
be.
some for like a couple of weeks in a row. He might be on another break again, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Actually.
I don't know. I work over 40 hours a week, and
Unlike Sam.
you know, I've been just like.
Jesus.
I knew that would get Riley.
Oh, I clicked off this shit.
Poor Sam, he's in chat.
Yeah, he's in chat right now reading like, I'm only 4 hours away from this guy. I would beat his ass.
Oh, okay, Sam's a little old. Sam's flannel shirt guy.
Yeah, no, Flannel. Sam is our good friend Gregory Animations. He lives in St. Louis, the better.
Yeah, I know this guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
the
becoming
worst, the
Castle
more
Rock.
crime-ridden Missouri city.
Oh my gosh, St. Louis is okay. I love St. Louis. It is really scary though. There's a lot of unfortunate stuff that happens there, just with like the way that the bureaucracy and the way that the city's run and
Not
stuff
if you
like
have
that.
a David A to protect you.
Oh god. Listen,
Yeah,
listen, Sam. Nothing's unfortunate when Sam's around. He can bullet the shields with all his weight.
here's the thing. So you said, is he listening to this, or is he just in
Yeah,
the
He
chat?
no.
might still be right
no,
now.
he is. He's still typing and
He is?
responding to what we're saying.
He's
Okay.
bragging about how he's been uploading every Monday for the last few months.
And you said Sam is Gregory Animations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, when he commented on one of my videos the other day, and I went and I watched his stuff, and I really enjoyed it. Like, and especially if it is like that
That's
weekly
the first time
animation
anyone's
stuff.
ever said that about his content.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good because you know what I liked about it. It's the same thing with the Harry Potter thing. He has a Green Lantern video. You never see Green Lantern videos. It's it's just. And he's got like a Green Arrow one from like, was it like a year or two ago?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a year ago.
Oh, I was in that video.
When I
Oh,
say,
no.
if you don't comment on one of my videos, if you don't like your content, because I'm gonna go fucking watch all of it.
I hope you haven't watched any of my content.
Well, time to comment on this video.
That's a
hope you haven't watched any of my
piece of
content.
advice. It's a piece of advice that I have for everybody. If you don't like your stuff, you're embarrassed by it. First, don't be. It's fine. I
Not
guarantee
Caleb, your
you-
content's it's okay.
I guarantee there's something worse.
It's tolerable.
But
Andrew, I don't want to hear anything from you. Go back to twiddling your fingers and playing I don't know what, a 10-year-old game. You were playing Wolfenstein. What was it, Old Blood?
Old Blood is not a 10-year-old game, and two, that game slaps, Caleb. Don't fucking dare. You can insult Andrew all you want, but leave Wolfenstein alone.
here's the thing.
I'm not fucking kidding here, Caleb.
When you said you're playing a 10-year-old game, I thought you were about to dunk on Team Fortress 2, and I was about to make it a horrible admission that I still play Team Fortress 2 like every fucking day.
Yeah, well, at least you're not Sam. Sam plays Civilization every day in RuneScape.
Sam plays what's it called every day?
RuneScape.
RuneScape. Sam's addicted to RuneScape.
Yeah, I remember those RuneScape days.
God, I'm not old enough to
Why are we
remember
talking about
those
Sam?
days.
Poor Sam's not even here, and we're just.
Yeah, he
dunking
can't
on him.
defend himself. He's like, is this like a private chat, guys? I'm trying to eat my
Jake, say
spaghetti. What's
something
going on?
interesting.
Harry Potter 5
Shut
and
up.
Harry Potter 4 are the reasons I drink.
I hope so. I mean, if I made those videos, I would drink too, and I'm not even of age to drink.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
You don't have to say if you don't want. Okay.
I'm 17. I don't care.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Jake's
Jake's
21.
Jake's not old enough. No, he's not. He's
22.
22.
Oh, boohoo.
Yeah.
Andrew's
He's going
14.
right back to massage therapy.
Andrew's 14.
Shut up.
At least I'm kind of almost about as at the age of someone here.
Well,
That's
if
cool.
Sam was here,
No,
you could
Sam
relate.
is
Sam's
older
like
than
24.
No,
Oh,
Sam's
really?
25 now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And
He's like a few
he's
months older than you.
and he's a few months older than you, so you know what? And you should meet Castle.
Castle Rock, no! Don't dox Castle Rock.
All right, we're not gonna dunk on Castle. We've said enough about Castle Rock
Yeah, enough about him and his DeviantArt.
and his. Oh wait, Caleb, calm down.
No.
No, Caleb, we're not
What?
doing. Caleb, no. He said he'll
What?
probably be watching this, so no, Caleb.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna dunk on anybody, but what I am gonna say is that I sell art commissions on the side sometimes, and whenever I started making, you can also find that on my website. It's mainly on my Instagram, but
Artwork.
I just do illustrations here and there. And whenever I started, I was just like, everybody tells me get a DeviantArt, because that's where all the either that or Tumblr. I didn't know how to fucking work. I didn't know how to fucking work Tumblr, and I didn't like it. So, I didn't like anybody that I met that was on Tumblr.
I'm
Um,
not shocked.
So I was like, oh, let's try DeviantArt. So I set up a DeviantArt account. This is in like 2014. I was a
Oh,
senior.
this was the peak of Tumblr and
I,
DeviantArt.
I was in I was in my junior or senior year of high school, and so I was like, I'm gonna set up a DeviantArt, check it out, and stuff like that. So I set it up. First off, I don't know if it's changed. I'm sure it has. The most convoluted, painful fucking process of setting an account up on anything. I have more luck navigating the Reddit phone app than I do setting up a fucking DeviantArt account. Second, I'm on DeviantArt because I'm trying to find other like-minded artists that are like me, and I see so many foxes and bunnies with dicks, and I'm
Yeah,
just like,
there's a lot of
I'm
furry
just like,
porn
That was
there.
the
no,
only reason I got DeviantArt was to look at porn.
Alright.
Yeah, Jake actually does commissions too. He draws Gravity art porn. Gravity
Dude.
Falls porn. I'm sorry.
Dude, here's the thing.
That's me. No, he doesn't.
Here's the thing. I know dudes that draw porn and own their
They
own
make
house
bank. They make
and
bank.
Listen,
own
no,
their own
porn
houses.
people can make bank.
Yeah. So I never dunk on anybody that does that. It's just not for me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
Jake, maybe you want to be working at what's it
I
called?
think he
Sobeys?
gets a.
I have a friend who's like insanely fucking good at drawing, and he's like, I don't make much money off of that. I just do a lot of porn shit.
Yeah,
Like-
that'll make you money.
It
Exactly.
will. But
I'm
but
like-
yeah,
Like, I don't
I
want to
just-
do it, but like I like the money.
I just thought like this platform is not for me. And I still get emails from them from this day. The other day I got one that was like, "Happy birthday. You haven't been on in a while." I
Please
know.
come back. We're losing more users.
Seriously, yeah.
It's
No.
you.
With our website that looks like it was made in 2007.
Yeah.
They don't update,
Yeah.
and none of those sites, because they all died in 2016 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
They
none of them
really
have
did.
updated any of their OS.
Yeah.
Riley, stop trying to tell me to ask Flannel Shirt Guy for you to build him a PC.
What? I didn't ask that. Why would I? What the fuck are you? I hate you sometimes.
What are you
Caleb.
doing?
You
Yeah,
say
if
the
you buy
most
that-
random things, and I do build computers. Why would I need him to build me one?
He's trying
Okay,
to
well-
flex. Quit trying to flex. Nobody cares that you can stick. Get,
Well, no, here
it's
you
the only thing you can fit your
no,
fingers
there
in.
you are, Caleb. Don't get me started, because here you are making things up like you always do. Try to throw everybody else under the bus. I stick up for you, and you throw everybody else under the bus.
What
You're
did
a
you stick
piece
up
of
for me
shit.
for? Name one time you stuck
Earlier
up for me.
today with Andrew
You actually
and
did
Jake,
stick up for me.
I stick up for you all the time, and all you do is throw me under the fucking bus. I hate you sometimes.
To be fair, you stuck up for me in front of Andrew. That's not much of a brag.
It's
Oh,
better
my-
than nothing.
That's true.
Yeah, Caleb, you would have been absolutely trashed if it wasn't for me.
By who? Andrew?
Yeah.
Yes. Get scared, Caleb.
The trash man trashing.
This is so dumb.
That's
This is so dumb.
Yeah.
Why are we going on this road? So dumb. Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of anger. It sounds like a lot
Yeah,
of
no,
anger.
me-
yeah.
Yeah, man,
Riley
Caleb
hasn't
is
had his
yelling
meds
at
for
each other.
what, 3 weeks?
Fuck is wrong with you? Okay, we're fist fighting after the show, by the way.
You
Well, I
haven't
don't
had your
care who wins.
antidepressants for what, 3 weeks?
Oh, alright. Calm the fuck down. What's wrong with you?
Well, okay, that's dangerous. Say that's dangerous. I was on antidepressants for a couple years, and man, if I skipped like even a day, I was just fucked.
I'm on
Caleb's
antidepressants right
Caleb-
now.
Yeah.
Caleb's a psychopath. No one cares, Joe Matarese. Get back to the topics, Caleb.
I'll take Perkies and Xannies. Don't worry about it, Riley.
Oh, dude, careful with those Xannies. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I just fall
we were
asleep.
talking about interesting things, and then Caleb got all personal
Okay,
about it.
yeah, okay. I can't make one of those old fucking retarded references. That would be bad.
Whoa, watch it. All right, back to what's interesting. That isn't Caleb.
There's not much interesting that isn't me.
Yeah, flannel shirt guy. He's more interesting than your entire
That
life.
is true. He is much more
I'm actually, I consider myself pretty boring.
Aye.
You
have a lot
are
more going on
so
than Caleb.
talented.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
Can I just say that this man does music, he does art, he makes some of the best stop motions on YouTube, especially on the writing section.
Well, when you put it that way, you're right. No, I mean,
He works on film sets.
yeah, I do that. I don't know. I was always very expressive as a kid, and like I never found anything where it was like, this is my one thing I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. I kind of just wanted to do anything and see what sticks. So for a while, it's been filmmaking and acting, and I've done it long enough. It's like, okay, well, this is what I am now. So But I've still got that other stuff. You know, I like other forms of art. The only one I can't do is I can't paint. I just there's something wrong with me. Like I'm missing a piece of my brain that knows how to blend colors. Um, I just can't fucking do it. I'm so bad at it. So I just don't. Fuck painting. I'm not gonna paint.
Well, Jake, don't you draw in Microsoft Paint? I think you could help out our
Okay, that's a
comrade over here.
that's a different landscape. Microsoft
Yeah,
Paint.
Jake.
MS Paint is the shit, my
It
friend.
is so hard to just actually learn how to do that. You ever see that? Is it George Bush does MS Paint stuff? Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Yeah, President.
Our former president of the United States.
I might be getting this wrong.
President might be a stretch, but he
was a. Oh,
George. Yeah. No, maybe I'm. Who does that? Somebody does MS Paint stuff.
I was like George Bush.
It might not be George. George Bush paints, and it's
I know.
mediocre,
I know.
but-
Yeah, I know. Senior's long dead. Let me see here. George.
No, it's not George Bush. I'm looking it up. It's There are people who are really good with MS Paint, like these old ladies and shit like that. But there's some
I remember from years ago. It was like some dude somehow drew the most realistic fucking picture of Santa Claus I've ever fucking seen. MS Paint. It was amazing.
Was it Alex Ross?
Probably not.
Because if it was Alex Ross, that wouldn't shock me.
Where
I
the
would
hell-
let Alex Ross inject his semen into me. That man has
What?
so much drawing
Man.
talent.
What?
that guy was just great. It's such a shame that he died. Man, he was just really good.
Alex Ross isn't dead.
Oh wait, no, it's Alex Ross. I was thinking of Bob Ross. My bad.
I'm talking about the man who made Kingdom Come.
Yeah. Kingdom Come and all that stuff. There's nobody does stuff like he does.
No, he's crazy.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, you had a comic podcast. You're into comics?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, there we
Um,
go.
Here we go. Got something to talk about comics.
I'm not I'm not what I would consider a comic book collector. I don't go to comic
That's
books.
a good thing. That is a good thing.
I don't go to comic book shops and like fan through all the little books
Yeah,
and
that's
buy millions of them. I'm the same way with like TV shows. I don't watch a TV show unless it's finished, because I hate episodic stuff. I buy comic books when the story is done. But I do know I have read off comics, like one or two like series that were super obscure or anything like that. I do own all of your your cliche comic books,
Yeah.
your Killing Joke and all that shit. But I own a bunch of other stuff too. Like I have the Sandman, not Neil Gaiman's Sandman, but like the 40s Sandman character, Sandman Mystery Theater, which I love because it's just a noir book. I have all of Alan Moore's stuff.
that's a flex and a half.
Yeah, I love Alan Moore. I have the first 50 issues of Fantastic Four. I have the first 50 issues of the Uncanny X-Men. Whenever my friend Ben, who plays Alfred in my videos, when he got married, I gifted him the first 50 issues of Spider-Man. It's stuff like that. I'm a mainstream comic book enthusiast. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm one of those dudes that really does it for a living, because I'm not. I don't have the money for that. But I do have a collection, and I like my collection. It's a good one.
I think it would be good if Rusty was here because he would just ask Flannel Shirt Guy a bunch of times. Have you read the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line? And then he just asked that 50 times.
Oh, here's the thing though. I'm so bad with new comics.
I don't read new comics. I just don't read them just because it's so.
Batman comics from.
No, I just don't read them
40
because
years
they're
ago.
just everything's so convoluted.
It is, and there's so much. Like after Crisis on Infinite Earths, I remember reading that, putting it down, and being like, I'm never gonna fucking catch up on what's going on now.
Crisis is so crowded.
It's really crowded, but everything after that is just so. It references everything else, and I can't put myself through either pretending to understand what the characters are talking about or taking the time to figure it out.
I'm a little bit on the opposite. When I'm talking modern, I'm talking about last 5 years. But
me
yeah.
too. everything in the last, like, ever since Crisis on Infinite Earths has at some point been, even though they've rebooted stuff with New 52 and
New 52
Rebirth
and Rebirth, yeah.
and whatever they're doing now, it's
It's still
all like,
Rebirth.
it's, oh my gosh, it's so much. But the one that I was really invested in was Doomsday Clock, and I was so disappointed.
I
Doomsday.
hate Doomsday Clock with a passion. I am.
Man, that panel of Batman holding up the comedian's button, I was just like, yes, they're doing something we want finally. But it went out with a whimper. It was
Yeah.
rough.
I mean,
I hated what they did to the
it
Watchmen.
seemed
in
the
that.
story seemed useless just because of the ending to me.
It was, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of character as a writer. I was never influenced by the greats. I was always influenced by the characters I read in comic books
Yeah.
and what made them interesting and all that stuff. So, that's why I love the X-Men so much, is because there's so much character.
Yeah, X-Men's really
Um,
good.
yeah, I adore the X-Men. But yeah, I like comic books for the character, and I love superheroes because you can't go wrong raising your kids on superheroes because there's such a sense of good
Yeah.
that comes with them. Sure, they're gonna grow up and be a fucking dweeb, but like
Yeah, like
you
a
know,
Jake.
honestly, like me, I was a weird kid, but I
Yeah.
always had a strong sense of morality because of Superman, and all these characters that I love.
Now that I think about it, Jake probably liked the villains more as a kid, knowing his youth, right, Jake?
No.
I
What
did.
about that kid's Harry Potter wand, Jake?
The closest Jake's come
Shut
to.
up.
Jake, you have to tell that story. Jake, please tell that story.
Okay. Fucking. I don't know what it's like for you guys, but like normally in England, there's like a rule where it's like in elementary school, if you have a party, you have to invite everyone in the fucking class so that no one feels excluded.
Is this like is this like a school rule or like a
I guess
parental rule?
rule thing.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
a rule.
But fucking one girl in my class had a costume party, like a fancy dress party. I went as Mr. Incredible, and there was this one kid who I really fucking hated, and he went as Harry Potter, and he came up to me with his wand, and he's like started shoving it in my face, and he's like, "I'm Harry Potter," and I'm like, "Well, I'm Mr. Incredible." I took his wand and just snapped it in half.
Oh my gosh, dude, you're a bully.
See? Jake was a bully! He also stole a kid's Pokemon card!
It was the same kid, but still was is the key word.
Here's the thing though. I was an absolute relentless fucking bully to some people. Like I was picked on heavily. But I wasn't one of those kids that was like, I hate it when people pick on me, so I'm not gonna pick on anybody else. I was one of those kids that was like, I'm gonna pick on you because I'm picked on. Like, fuck you.
Vengeance.
But that was mainly with like I referenced my buddy Donovan earlier. I used to I went a little too far with him sometimes, but now we're good friends, so I guess it doesn't ever matter. Plus, he was in the Marines. He turned out to be a swell bloke, as you would say. But yeah, there was one time. Whenever I was in high school, there was this weird dude. I'm not going to say his name on the off chance that anybody I'm listening to knows who he is.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, everybody I know, everybody I went to high school with knew who this kid was, and he was a fucking strange weirdo, but even more than myself, which is why I took time to do what I did. And he was at a football game, and he had a bunch of toy lightsabers, and he was like if you guys know who Andy Kaufman was, he was this dude who challenged women to wrestle him.
Yeah, I know who that is.
And he would antagonize them, and he'd just be like, "Fucking wrestle me!" Like just to these, and he would enrage them. And this is what this kid was doing. He was screaming at people he had never met, "Fight me with these lightsabers! Let's have a Jedi duel!" And we all played Star Wars fans. We all played lightsabers when we were kids. This kid was like 18, So,
Are you sure this wasn't Sam? Same general area, Star Wars fan, weirdo.
Yeah.
This could just be Sam we're describing.
Me and Riley are both almost legal adults, and we still play with each other's lightsabers every day.
dude,
Shut up! That's a terrible joke, and we don't. You're terrible.
Is this a dick joke?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's in
Nice.
one that's a cheesy, awful joke. Two, we're brothers. That makes it really weird.
Oh, I see.
You're younger.
I see.
It's fine.
I see. Before you said you were brothers, I was gonna ask which one of you had the Count Dooku lightsaber because it's curved. But
That would be me.
that would be you.
That
Okay.
would be me too, because I'm still younger. I'm not younger than him, but I'm younger than someone else.
My man, if you are below 18, I'm not gonna talk about your dick.
Yeah, Caleb.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm of legal age of consent in my state. It is not. There's no such thing as the Mann Act. It's
Yeah,
not a
okay,
real
but if you're from like Arkansas, that's like 12, so that doesn't matter to me.
No, I'm in
But-
Georgia. It's 16. You're fine.
Oh my god, no. That's not
Can we this conversation?
These
We were
guys
having-
do this.
We were having a fun
Anyway.
conversation about Star Wars.
I
and
will,
the
Riley,
weird
if you send
kid
that nice
with
pic of your
lightsaber.
you know.
Anyway,
I want
no. Anyway,
I don't know what Caleb's talking about, and it's scaring
this
me.
this dude, it was like demanding somebody fight him, and I'm never taken any sword fighting classes or anything, but I would consider myself skilled in a lightsaber in the way that I wave it around until I smack something. And so I was just like, give me one of your lightsabers. This is probably one of 2 sentences I've said to this dude in my entire life. I walked up to him and I was like, give me one of your fucking lightsabers.
Yeah.
And he was like, he was so into this. He was like, okay, but I get the double-sided one. I said, I don't care. I don't need it. And he gave me a lightsaber, and I absolutely just whipped this dude's ass in a lightsaber duel. And at the end of it, my friends came up to me, and I was just like, finally, fuck that dude. Like, leave these people alone. And my friends came up to me, and they were like, dude, you look like such an asshole right now.
I would feel.
What do you mean?
The
They
kid
were like-
probably had some like severe issue.
Well, they were just like, oh, that's what they said. They were just like, I think he's just got some like problems at home. And I said, what? Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Like, I was so pissed off.
He still deserved it. I'm on your side.
So I was like, my man.
That kid deserved a lightsaber beating.
What do
You would
think's
be like,
gonna
if I was you, I'd be like, do you know who just beat you? I am the famous flannel shirt guy.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
like-
tell. No, I didn't tell
Pull out your
anybody.
YouTube analytics.
No,
Look
no.
at this
I was
video.
like, no, I'm not joking. Nobody from high school knew that I did this shit.
Yeah,
was
no,
like-
no. That's
Yeah.
a very common thing with
Mm.
public education and Lego channels. Not many people who you know in real life, you tend to hide it away.
Yeah, yeah.
I never did. I did in middle school,
Yeah.
but then I
Guess
got
what?
to
You
high
turned out
school.
like you
If
did.
you
and I was
have
like,
no
I just
shame.
don't care.
Well, that's the thing is that I have no shame now, mainly because like I will do literally anything for the sake of comedy. But
My man.
my buddy Donovan played Commissioner Gordon in some of my own videos, my old videos, and then my brother, and then my small collective of friends, like a couple of friends of mine I'm not going to name, but that was it. I never walked out and told people, "Hey, check out my new video," because
I hate those people.
I was getting just ripped apart just for being alive. I was not about to tell these people what I was doing on YouTube. But these days, it's really cool to see that like there's a big acceptance of like teenagers and
Yeah, it's
adults
gotten a lot better.
that still do it, and I think that's so great. But where the fuck was that whenever I was growing up?
Yeah.
Dude, when I was
remember-
in middle school, dude, it was the worst thing ever having a Lego channel.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was worse that a lot of people knew. That was the worst part.
Yeah.
But when I moved to my new high school, like 2 people know now.
Yeah, it's just.
I remember. Sorry, go on.
Hold on, is this one of you guys? Resident.
That's Riley.
That's Riley. Okay, I wasn't about to read the whole thing out because
Yeah,
I was
Resident
like,
chitlin eater. He's a chitlin
Resident
eater.
chitlin eater.
okay, you're following me on my personal Instagram, so you're gonna see a lot of things that don't relate to my YouTube channel. But
I will follow you on your personal Instagram too, because that's the kind of nice man I am.
yeah, go ahead. I mean, you get to see what I do. I mean, just in my personal life, like you get to see pictures of my cat. It's me and my wife and my cat. That's about it.
Yeah, cats are better than dogs.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
Just
a
want to
lie.
make Caleb angry.
have a dog.
That's a
I have a
lie.
dog.
Me and Caleb will fight you over that one, but
One of my dogs is right here, right, Taji? Yes, right. Who's your good boy?
Leave the poor dog alone.
He's been on my bed
my
for like 3 hours, and he.
Jake,
never
what were
gets
you
up.
gonna? Jake, what were you gonna say? You were saying
oh
something.
yeah, like going back to the thing about more acceptance. Like I did one of my videos. I did part of it at school. Like I filmed part of it as a school project, and I remember I brought in my modulars for that scene, and I remember taking it into that classroom, and so many like of the adults or like the teenagers there, they were just surprised by it. Like they'd never seen a Lego set by that, and they thought it was like genuinely cool. And then like the next week they were like, oh hey, after you showed me that Palace Cinema or whatever, I went and bought like a Lego City set. It's kind of cool. And I'm like, you're
that's
kind of
awesome.
fucking cool.
That's
What the
awesome.
Jake, you actually had a
I'm moving to
positive impact
Canada.
on this world. I don't think I would have ever said that.
Yeah.
Now,
Thank you.
Here's the thing, though, is that like I've known people who have like no interest in Lego whatsoever, but they see some of those modular sets and they're like, I have to have that.
Yeah.
You know, it gets to the point where something is so cool, it doesn't matter if you're not initially interested, it will capture your interest.
Yeah, like my dad hates Lego, and he saw the Lego roller coaster. And he's like, "Oh, you gotta buy that." I never did, just to spite
Yeah,
him.
and Jake's
Doesn't let
dad
me
is
buy any other Lego
Jake's
set.
dad is somebody who judges him for buying a single minifigure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, no, I'm not buying that for you.
No, yeah. I mean, my first day of school this year. This is my senior year of high school. But my first day of school this year, I have this class. It's my last class of the day. We just walk and shit, and it's a really cool class. But in that class, when we were walking or whatever, these kids were just talking, and I hear them all of a sudden talking about Lego, and I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Because if I talk about that in middle school, I'm getting berated by half my grade.
Dude, I just moved into this apartment complex in Kansas City a couple months ago, and I remember I wasn't dumpster diving. I saw something at a dumpster, and I was like, I'm gonna take that. and I was on my way to it, and I was just looking up because my apartment complex has some of the units have these really cool windows, and I was looking up, and I saw the fucking Keaton Batmobile in somebody's window, and I was like, who's that guy? I want to meet that guy. But I'm kind of a pussy. So I don't put myself.
Who's that guy? I want to meet that guy. Guy opens the door. He's like,
Get the
"Oh, you
fuck
are
out
a
of here,
little boy.
pussy.
I was trying to attract little boys with that."
Well, he's just like, wait, who are you? You look like a pussy, and I'm like, yeah, no. Just keep walking.
Have a good day. That's how Jake interacts with people.
That's how you interact with his coworkers.
Yeah, you should see Jake talk to his customers.
That's true.
Yeah,
Dude.
Jake's such a dickhead. He works
Well,
at a
that's
grocery.
what my customers probably think.
No, he
Don't
works at a
fucking say
kitchen
that
department
shit.
at a grocery store, and whenever someone like asks him for like a normal serving of gravy with their meal, which is like free, right? He fucking charges them $1.
Oh my gosh, you're a criminal, dude.
They
Jake
annoy me.
I love Jake's excuses for everything.
Jake also he has
I
a
have to
couple
put-
of very friendly recurring customers, including one who's a very proud mommy day. Who was very proud of mommy's day.
Fill her up.
No.
I already talked about Jake's word.
Grocery stories. Fucking, I hate that place. I have to put in a fucking voice to talk to them. I will charge anyone $1 for what I want.
Dude, customer service voice, it's
It's the funnest
like
thing ever. I hate it
split
so
person,
much.
it's
not.
split
Right.
personality disorder is
Yeah,
what
I
it
hate
is.
it.
I
It sucks. I have to do announcements and shit, and it's like we used
Your
to have a
announcements
ham
are great.
site. Yeah,
Jake,
I
do
have
one
to do
for us real
puns
quick.
and shit. It's like there's one for hams, and I'm like, you don't want to miss out on this deal. Oink oink. Have a ham-tastic day.
Holy shit, you work at High
I'm
D.
doing that over the fucking intercom.
Dude, my man, dude, oh my god, I swear they did that at Hy-Vee once. For the British dude, Hy-Vee is it's just a grocery store. I don't know if it's Midwest only, but
It seems like
never
a
heard of
Midwest
it.
thing because we don't
Midwest
have
thing,
it here.
yeah. But like this woman who probably is just like She's like she's sitting in the bathtub right now, holding a radio over it, trying to get the guts to drop it in. Because she goes over the intercom and does that. She's just like, oink oink, little piggies. We got prime rib on the market today.
Oh, Jake loves his prime rib.
And I'm just
Jake
like,
will marry that woman.
I'm just in the store and I just want to go
I
up to
would.
her. I just want to go up to her and say, there are people that can help you.
I would, you know what? Listen,
her away.
this would be cruel. I would go up to her, I'd plug in a toaster and drop it in there. See what happens then.
Jake, do your great pizza one.
The one I actually do, or the one my boss wanted me to do?
Both.
Both. I love them all.
Okay, mine is it's fucking Crustas. Our pizzas are so cheesy, they'll steal a pizza your heart.
My man, there's a
I guess I can say I would get
there's a
save on
sad-
that's a very
there's a
Canadian.
sadness behind that.
No,
There's a
Jake,
very
do
big
your boss's
sadness.
one. Your boss's one.
And then my boss was like, oh, wouldn't you be like, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's a save on A. I'm like, no. If some morals.
Yeah, Jake,
Why would
you know what? Yeah, you are the next Dean Martin.
Why the fuck wouldn't you do that? That is amazing. Your boss
Jake has no respect for the industry.
Your boss is a comedic genius.
I'm the only one who does announcements. Obviously, I have some respect.
Yeah, 'cause
Jake,
no one else
not for
is
Jake,
myself,
what happens when
but-
it's your day
nothing to
off?
them.
What do? Do they just like shoot themselves in the head?
Dude,
They do. They don't. No, they don't do any announcements, and then they get mad at me if I don't do them.
Did you say it was your manager who came up with that song? Your
The
boss or
store
something?
manager who came up with that
Dude,
save on A one.
That guy, I'm telling you, there's something there. That guy like probably writes for The Simpsons or something. He is so funny. That is hilarious. Oh my god, I would quit right there if he asked me to do that. I'm not gonna lie.
No, right there, I would be like, you probably, you know, I would unironically just say, you probably slay so much pussy.
Honestly, honest to God, he's raking in the gash.
Yeah,
Jake,
that
I can't
slits
be as
all
cool
over.
as that guy.
Yeah,
I look
Jake,
at
people
this
are like him. He's a positive influence on the world. What did you do? Get a couple of teachers into Lego? They're gonna shoot themselves in the head anyways.
Jake, get your dad in the Lego.
Dude, but
No,
like,
that's impossible.
I used to work when I was running around living a trash life. I was a waiter and a busboy, and that was just a Mad Max civilization. It was crazy because it was an independent restaurant, so we got away with so much shit, like being high at work, being drunk at work, fucking cursing, swearing up and down like sailors, breaking shit because we felt like it. It was awesome, but
It
was-
wishes he could do that at work. Jake
The-
just wants to get drunk.
the clientele was just terrible. The customers were just brutal. But I've worked in retail for over a year now because my previous job when I was in college before the pandemic, I worked for the university. But
That'd be fun.
I've been in retail for a while, and let me tell you how reclusive I've been because I was a cashier until I graduated, and then I got a new position when I moved to Kansas City, and this coincides with something that's going on. I was talking to a friend of mine about it earlier. I have had these nightmares lately that I'm just going through a normal dream. Everything's fine. Everything's happy and super saturated and beautiful. And then all of a sudden somebody walks up to me with a gun and is just like, I'm going to fucking murder you and your mother. And then and then I wake up and I'm just like, I can't handle it. So I see people, strangers, and I can't just be like, hey sir, how's your day going? Because I'm afraid he's gonna pull out the gun and be like, ask your mom, she's dead. And I'm like,
I like how witty. This guy is so witty. The guy
How's
is
your day
dreams.
going? Ask your mom.
ask your mom. Ask your mom. I killed her.
Jake, come back.
Yeah.
Summer sausage. Ask your mom.
I
Oh
just
no, the summer sausage
up.
thing.
No.
I can't.
No, don't do that one.
I can't fucking talk to strangers though anymore. Like, cause I've been having these nightmares for about a few weeks now. I think I drink too much caffeine, at night. But I just scares the fucking shit out of me because I'm never gonna be able to have a normal dream again. because Dream Me is now scared
Yeah.
that something's gonna happen. But B, living in Kansas City. I mean, for you who lives in St. Louis, it is
Sample.
it's it's not as bad, especially the area I'm in. I'm in kind of a safer neighborhood, but my God, you never know who's already planning on snapping and is just like, I'm gonna hurt the first person I fucking talk to. And you're just trying to be nice and be like, hey man, how's it going? And all of a sudden he turns you into fucking Swiss cheese. Like
Jesus Christ.
it's just like, it's just terrifying. And so working in retail is hard because my managers will be like, hey, you have to engage with the customers. I'm just like, fuck you, they killed my mom. I'm talking to any of those assholes.
If I was in your position, I'd have like a chaperone with me at all times to talk to the customers. Like just get your fiance, your muwa, get her and just get her to go to work with you every day.
Wow.
Yeah, your muwa.
Dude.
Go to work every day.
That's why I like my customer voice is so high pitched. They'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to hurt a poor child." Or,
Oh, yeah,
they'll
that's
Jake,
think
then they
I'm
see you and
special.
they're like, I don't want to hurt a poor 80-year-old.
You know what's really weird is that if since you're following me on Instagram, you'll find out I have very long hair, and I get and I've also got a thick fucking ass, and I get mistaken
I
for
will
being
eat that in a second.
I,
Don't tell
I,
your wife.
I get mistaken for being a woman all the time, and it's so funny because
Jake wishes he would.
I'm not gonna say where I work, but I work in a place
Yeah,
that generally has like an older clientele. I work in a garden, and I see these people who come through who will be like, "Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am," and I never turn around and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you talking to me?" I always turn around and I'm just like, "Yes," or like, "Try again," or something like that. And
Jesus.
they always get so pissed that they misgendered me, and I'm just like, I don't care. I accepted this when I woke up and decided to put my hair in a bun. Like, I
Jake wishes
understand.
people would mistake him for a woman.
But like, it's so funny how mad people get because they fucked up. And my God, it's just it happens at least once a week, especially working in retail.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm glad at the current moment that I am unemployed because the 2 jobs I've had, I've hated, and I've had several experiences like that.
Yeah.
Riley
no
knows I
one's
was very
gonna-
kind to people,
Yeah.
especially
Oh.
when I did that accent.
You're just a jerk, Caleb, in general. No one likes you.
I'm sorry, the Burger King 2 for $3 deal comes with a pack of cigarettes. That was stolen from Letterman, but I still like it nonetheless.
Oh man, Letterman was such a fucking comedic genius.
I know.
I I don't know if you're a Conan fan. But
I think Conan. I like Conan. Like, he's one of the better. I just don't watch him, but he's like out of the late night guys. He's definitely one of the better ones.
to me, because he just retired his show, to me,
Yeah.
Conan leaving late night was the nail in the coffin for good late night
You
television.
can just watch Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or any
No,
of
I'm not.
those unfunny guys.
I'm not gonna fight. The 2 dudes that you named have both done blackface. Did you know that?
Yeah, I know.
It's fucking insane. Must be a Jimmy thing.
So is Jake's
But,
great leader, Justin.
But no, that like Conan had such a great format. I mean, the dude literally had a Harvard degree in comedy.
Yeah, and he
But,
wrote for The Simpsons.
Yeah, he did, and he wrote for SNL when it was funny.
Yeah.
And he I don't know. I listened to his podcast just because I'm still holding on to him. But yeah, that he and Letterman were just such comedic forces. I don't know. I love stand up comedy so much.
I do too. I'm a big fan of it too. So is
Yeah.
Riley.
Yeah.
I can't do it for shit. I've tried. I'm thinking about trying again because I've got some new material that I think might work. But like, it's so hard, and I respect it so much.
I could ever like go on a stage.
No,
in front
I
of
couldn't
people
do it
and
either
do
because
comedy.
it's coming up with that off a whim by yourself.
Yeah.
You're setting
Yeah.
it up and you're making the punchline.
Yeah,
So
it's
hard.
it's nerve wracking. I mean, I've performed in front of like hundreds of people before in like a play, but trying to be funny and maybe finding out that I'm not is just I
Kinda
can't do.
No,
That's
no,
gonna
no.
be, like,
This is what we're gonna do
terrifying.
tomorrow, Nathan. Tomorrow, I'm gonna have you go to Kauffman Stadium in front of whatever the capacity is there, like 50,000, and you're gonna be doing a stand-up show.
Hold up. Okay, are you booking this right now? Do you
Sure,
know
why
that?
not? I definitely know the
Yeah,
people who own
Caleb,
Kauffman
Caleb
Stadium.
CNR Studios has the poll. We can
Yeah.
get Jake to. We can get Jake to book it.
Capacity.
Yeah, dude,
Hold
I
up.
can be your opener.
Yeah,
Jake can be your opener.
30,
It's just Haggard
30
singing.
37,000. Hold on. No. First thing, 37,903 people. Second thing, are you like stalking me? Do you research where I live? Because you pulled that Kaufman thing out like super fast.
No,
Caleb.
you said you lived in Kansas City.
I did. Yeah, I guess I did, didn't
You
I?
said it like 3 times.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, Caleb is
Wait.
definitely stalking you.
Where you? What's it? What you said? What Georgia? Which one's from Georgia? Is it
Both me
Yeah,
and Riley.
you and
Caleb.
Riley? Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
in the
I'm-
we're in the Savannah area.
Savannah, Georgia. Oh, Savannah, Georgia. Okay, yeah.
Not a big
Um,
city, but it has maybe what you would know it for, the Savannah College of Art and Culture and Art and Design.
I do.
Yeah, SCAD or SCAD.
Yeah,
as
my
they
my good friend Nick. I'm not going to say his last name.
Yeah.
My good friend Nicholas went to SCAD, and he's working for Pixar now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a damn good school.
Yeah, it's my backup school as of right now.
It's a backup school. How's that a backup school?
Because
What?
Caleb already got
Because I
accepted
already got
into a film
accepted into
school.
a school.
What school did you get? If you mind me asking, you don't have to say.
It's a. I mean, I don't know. Do I respond to it publicly? I mean, it's not like a big deal. To me.
Why are you asking me? It's
I
your
don't know.
fucking
I mean,
opinion.
it's not even a
Your
school
school.
that takes a lot to get accepted into. It's just a good art school. I got accepted into Full Sail in Orlando.
Oh, sale in Florida. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard about that one. Well, awesome. Congratulations. My school that I just graduated from it's a it's not a private university, so it took me applying and paying the application fee to get in, but my I guess this is also part of my what I was doing for 4 or 5 years when I wasn't uploading. I originally had plans to go to Columbia Chicago Film and Art Academy.
Oh yeah, we have a friend in Chicago right now, actually.
I was accepted into that when I was 19 or something like that, and let me tell you, the application process for that, as I'm sure it is for Full Sail, is a bloodbath. It was like I had to write so many papers just explaining why I do what I do. I had to submit so many demo reels, and even after that, I still had to jump through hoops, and I somehow got in. But I had to turn it down just because it was I didn't feel like spending
Yeah.
$20,000 a semester. You know what I mean?
Also, seems like a lot of pressure.
It was a lot of pressure, and I honestly I didn't know if I wanted to go to college, and at that point, and I was I was pressured into doing it. I'm glad that I didn't end up going, but yeah, that was kind of my plan for a little bit, but
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard so much good stuff about Full Sail, and I've heard a lot of bad stuff about Columbia, so that's where
I mean, you hear the good and bad about everything. Every place has always had their success stories and their fair share of bad things.
What I'll tell you, I'm not trying to preach advice to you as if I'm some old man with wisdom, but what I will tell you, in any situation where you feel like, oh my God, this college is just a scam,
Yeah,
just remember, all college is a scam.
Yeah.
Every college is a scam. It doesn't matter how prestigious they are, but it is still worth it to go through. If it is not too big of a scam to where you're losing money. There are some colleges that are scams. Most of them are like tech. I hate saying this, but they're like technical schools.
Yeah.
And then later you find out that like everybody from that school lost their degree because it turned out to be fake. But Full Sail has been around for a while. So if at any point you feel frustrated, you feel like this isn't worth it, the only time it isn't worth it is when you're failing and you are paying to fail.
Yeah.
And I will also tell you, it is incredibly hard to fail college.
Yeah, because they don't. I mean, they wouldn't want you to. They're not paying you to fail. They're paying you to.
Yeah. Show up, and most of the time you pass anyway because you showed up. Like it's like I've met people who fail because they go to college and it's the first time they've been away from home and they didn't quite know how to adjust to that, and they got into some rough stuff. Just stay away from rough stuff. You can experiment with stuff, but stay away from the rough shit. And you really can't do any wrong. I mean, it's. I hate saying it, but it's real. Unless you're going to medical school, it's really easy to just get through college.
I wish I was smart enough to go to med school.
I don't, man. I don't want to fix people's
Why
fucking
would you
brains.
want-
I can't even fix my own brain.
Jake Green
Yeah,
can't
Jake's a
even fix
Neanderthal.
his
He can
stupid
fix his own
haircut.
brain.
You guys are dicks. Fuck you.
Yeah, okay, go do something better, Jake.
Yeah, Jake, go back to massage school.
Massage school? What
Yeah,
is that?
no, you have to tell. Look, before I end this podcast, you have to tell the massage school
Yeah,
story.
Jake. We've almost been on for 2 hours now. Jesus.
It's too much
Fine.
fun.
I got accepted
Yeah.
into one of my universities where I live for massage therapy.
Oh, I see.
Because I'm actually fairly fucking decent at giving massages, and I was like, might as well try to learn something here and make a living out of it.
Yeah.
And then I left after the first day because I was fucking terrified. I had to massage an old lady who had like a third nipple on her back. It was fucking disgusting because they're like, okay, you gotta oil up the entire back. So I had to touch it more times than I wanted to.
Oh my
It was like a
goodness.
spring-loaded thing. Anytime you touched it, it'd fucking rock back and forth. And
Yeah, it's like a doorstop.
Yeah, it was awful. She would moan for some strange fucking reason anytime I fucking touched her.
It's because she was horny.
I didn't. She looked like she was 60. I wasn't gonna fucking hit that.
Jake, the only other time you've hit something that was 60 was in that bathroom stall.
Dare you? But no, it was fucking disgusting, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not fucking doing this professionally.
Oh,
Dropped
baby.
right out of school.
Yeah, Jake, you would have been the next Tony Blundetto. What do you want? Would have been great.
Not that.
Jake doesn't want old women.
No, he does. Look at him. He basically is an old woman.
See this
My
shit?
mom-
They just abuse me all fucking
We
day.
don't abuse
No,
you.
Jake's alcoholism he probably has the liver of an old man, but that doesn't mean he's an old man, right, Jake?
Riley, it's just his
Or what?
characteristics of leg printing.
My man, I have this. I feel not at all times. Like today, I had this absolute weird energy, where I could not stop screaming. But I most of the time I'm just like I feel like a little old lady. I've got my cardigan. I read my little book. I stare at the youth as they skateboard down the parking lot. You know, I take it in stride because you know what? I fucking wake up early and I am so opinionated. That are my best old lady qualities.
Yeah.
Qualities.
And I take a lot of medicine.
Jake's old lady qualities are just being cranky.
And you're cranky. Yeah, I'm cranky
I'm
too.
very cranky.
I'm crabby if I don't get my 3 hours of sleep.
God, 3 hours of
tell you.
sleep sounds so good. I'm not-
I can't sleep for 8 hours. I'm not one of those. people
I
who can
can't
just
I
do that.
can't like
I-
I can't like be normal if I don't sleep for like 12 hours.
Yeah, Caleb
Really?
sleeps like half the day. This guy never
Yeah.
wakes up. I barely ever sleep.
It's so
I-
weird. You and Caleb literally like flipped like your sleep schedules like compared to last year. Caleb
Yeah.
would be like all night with me, and then you'd have your perfect sleep schedule. And now it's like, well, I wouldn't call Caleb's sleep schedule perfect, but he's got a sleep schedule.
Is Caleb the one that's on antidepressants? Is that the one that was
Both.
Both
Both.
antidepressants.
Okay, let me tell you. When I was on Prozac, I slept for 12 hours a day, or I could have if I wanted to.
Prozac. I was on Prozac a long time ago.
It made me gain weight really bad. I was
I can't say it's a medicine that did that to me.
I was 285 pounds when I was on Prozac, and I
Jesus
thought that
Christ, Riley, he basically is you.
look
I'm less than 280 pounds!
You weigh more than Dad.
look I thought, you know, I'm just a bigger guy because I wasn't one of those. I still had muscle mass. I mean, I had to because I was carrying around my fat ass all day. But
Now we know how Sam feels.
I
One
thought
more
that-
Sam joke.
I thought, you know, I maybe I'm just a bigger dude. And when I got off of Prozac, I started exercising and I started eating right. And in a year and a half, I went from 285 to 140. And that is an incredible shock for my body. But I thought, okay, cool, I'm fine now. But then I got in a relationship and I kind of gained some weight back, but not nearly as much. But yeah, Prozac made me sleep so fucking much. And then when I got off of it, I learned that my natural sleep schedule is about 5.5 hours, um, which is why I go to bed at midnight and I wake up at 5:30 and I feel fine. If I go to bed at 10:30, like my body wants to, I am just the worst fucking human when I wake up in the morning. I have no regard for anything.
Yeah.
I see photographs of 9/11 and I feel nothing. I'm such a I can't even stand it.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Was that 9/11? Was that 9/11 thing too far? Did that not hit?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. What did it
Yeah,
fuck?
we weren't alive, and
I remember it. I remember it vividly.
I know my older brother remembers it, and I'm sure Jake remembers laughing at it. I'm sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was like, those Americans
when I was
finally
2,
got it.
yeah,
We were the
How
victims.
the hell does your brother remember it? He's like 2 years younger
My
than
brother
me.
remembers that he was in it. Dude, he was not even. He was what, 1 when it happened? He was in
2001?
a daycare.
Jake, what was your dad like? Oh, it finally happened to them, not us.
Jake's
my
dad was
God.
like, they turned off Coronation Street for this.
Boy, change the telly back.
He called up the BBC like, what's wrong with you?
Oh my god.
National tragedy. No, it isn't. I'm not watching Cora. That's the national tragedy.
My son, Jake, he's a national tragedy. The disappointment.
Boy, it's a real shame about that 9/11, but we're still crying over here about poor Diana.
Oh, they probably will. Jake's family has like a lot of pictures of Diana in his.
Every English family
every
does.
English
family has a picture of Lady Diana.
I know English people here that have pictures of Lady Diana. I know American people here that have pictures of Lady Diana.
I've met one English person who, in my life, actually met him.
Man,
Or
that-
I met two. One of them was when I worked at Burger King a year ago in the summer. It was the worst job ever. Don't get it.
Oh, I've heard, yeah.
Yeah, no, because you got to deal with. And I worked at Burger King in the ghetto too, or the I'll be more correct, the less affluential areas of the
It's
world.
the lower income areas of
Yeah,
yes,
and I dealt with a lot of clientele that wasn't the nicest of folk. Like the one thing they have for their whole week is like, I'm getting Burger King this one time a week. That's all I got, and I got like 5 kids. So then if you say one thing wrong, you get berated for like an hour. You know, the fun parts of working that stuff. But I remember once this one British guy come up to the drive-thru. This is in the ghetto in Savannah, Georgia. I don't know where British people come from over here, but he was like, "Oi, this is a great day, isn't it? Let me have a Whopper." He's like two, a Whopper. How much is a Whopper? I want 2 Whoppers.
Boris Johnson? What's with the exaggeration?
Johnson, my
Dude,
god.
he had the most British accent ever. And he was like real British. He looked
you
like,
can do
he looked
Boris
pretty
ordering 2
Cockney.
Whoppers.
He looked pretty Cockney. He was like, "Yeah, boy, I bet you never met anyone like me." I'm like, "I bet you haven't either." So then,
You're talking about fucking white dude? Yeah, keep moving.
yeah, get out of here, Witto.
I'm sorry, I'm assuming he's white.
He was white. He was white.
Yeah, I remember when I was working Publix, I maybe encountered 2 British people, and I remember one time I was carrying out groceries for this Irish couple. And these people were like fresh off the boat, dude. They still had suitcases packed into the back of their car. I'm like, just get here, Geo. I didn't know Geo at that point. I didn't know Geo at that point.
You fucking asshole! No.
What happened? Oh, are you doing mouth movements, Jake?
Kinda.
Oh my gosh! I also can I just address something? I'm so fucking tired of doing mouth movements, and I wish I never did it in the goddamn first place.
No.
You're sharing Jake's thoughts.
I do them in Adobe Premiere now.
I love Premiere, but I would not do that. I would not do that.
Well, it's honestly easier than what I was doing before, because what I used to do before.
Were you manually drawing?
I was manually drawing them in GIMP.
Yeah, now you can key them.
Yeah, what I do is I mask them. I literally cut out that part of the image.
Yeah.
And put a black mat underneath it, and it is a lot easier and it goes by a lot quicker. But I still can't.
It's probably a lot more consistent.
Well, look, when the video's fucking 8 minutes long, I'm not gonna do it. So I had this title card at the beginning of the Christmas video because I wasn't able to do it. And for the Halloween one, I just thought, no, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm not going to do this again. So I've decided for like my shorter content, if I have the time, I'm going to do it. But for that longer shit, I feel like everybody understands if I just decide to pass.
Yeah, I would understand that completely.
Yeah.
I think with that tangent out of the way, I think the episode can come to an
Yeah,
abrupt
we've been
end.
on for 2 hours
Sure.
now.
We're almost
Sure.
at 2 hours.
It was obviously we can still talk.
Yeah,
about
if you
After
still want to talk, Nathan, that's fine. We can still talk. I don't give a fuck.
I'll honestly, I gotta work in the morning, so
Alright.
I'll probably hit the hay, if you know what I'm
Makes
saying.
sense.
The old snore, me.
No.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. Go count some sheep. All right,
I
bye
will.
everyone.
Hey, thanks
Good
for having
night.
me.